So here's my honest to God opinion about race swapping in media. I want to give you guys some insight. Let's not act like we haven't been fans of race swapping, because a lot of us like this movie. But guess what? Agent J wasn't black. He was white. Why did we not care? Because it wasn't central to the character. None of that stuff really mattered. It was just the best person for the role. And of course, Sony chose Will Smith. Same thing with the Cinderella in 1997. It wasn't really about race. There isn't necessarily a cultural significance to Cinderella. It's just a fairy tale that's very generic. In that specific world, race is not really a factor. So they pretty much chose the best actors for the role. And of course, it was a performance. And it's why it's one of the best Cinderellas. And of course, we have reboots like Annie. Many people have said they are not good, but again, Annie's race is not central to the character. She doesn't have like a cultural background that she's rooted in. She doesn't have like an ethnicity that's important and central to the story. She's just Annie, and that's what it is. So it doesn't really matter. You could change her. You could change Annie to a Mexican, and it could be just as good. People are like, oh, why can't these characters be white? The answer is a lot of these characters have roots that are specifically tied to black culture. Obviously, Black Panther can't be white because he's from a fictitious nation that does not allow colonizers. Luke Cage could be white, but his story is about the black experience. He's a person that's wrongfully convicted of a crime. Of course, he's tested on and he has to leave prison forcefully. Like, that's already a culturally linked story. Anyone could do that, but it's just relates to that black experience. Could also say the same for Black Lightning and Storm. Storm is Kenyan. Yes, they've tried to make her white, but it just doesn't add up. These are characters that come from marginalized groups. Personally, in my opinion, it just isn't fair, because you have 8,000 characters. Majority of those characters, like 60%, probably white, maybe 15% are black. We maybe have like 200 black characters in Marvel in total that are main actual protagonists. In film, we've only had like 3-4 black leads out of like 30 films in the MCU. Changing the race of one of these characters would basically get rid of the legacy and the culture that it's linked to. It also would take opportunities away from black actors as well. Like, they actually had plans to make Blade white. The reason why is because they didn't believe that a black actor could carry this film, but of course they were proved wrong. Changing the race of a character that has no cultural heritage is not nearly as bad as changing the color of a character that has a cultural lineage and an ethnicity that they're tied to.